Actually, the story happened more than 2,600 years ago at the Rome, but we put it in the 40s, like the actual time when it was written. And also it has some sublayers which has something to do with modern time, and it's all connected at some points.
We've created a context where obviously there's war. This context is important, but the real story is the rape. What conditions lead to the rape and what the consequences of it are.
The place where it's all happening, it's the actual theater.
Lucretia and Bianca and Lucia, the three female characters of the opera, they've taken over this theater and have turned it into a hospital. Something that happened a lot during the First World War, but also during the Second World War.
Lucretia! What do you want? You! What do you want from me? What if me?
I find bringing this topic important. I am from Ukraine and I studied in Kharkiv at the University of Arts. For me, it is connected to the war also because, like a metaphor, for me, Lucretia is some way like Ukraine, but also in very direct way, because there are a lot of women in Ukraine and in other countries also who are raped. It's very, unfortunately, very, very actual.
So guys, do you know what vultures are?
Yes.
Yeah? Think you're vultures. So you're standing there waiting. You know, when's she going to be dead? Because then I'm going to eat her, yeah? So that's the attitude. You don't have to play a vulture. But you know, this is the feeling that I want in your body. It's like the central scene is a rape, and it's almost written like some church chorale music, very stylized, very distant, very formal. So if the composer decided to do it like that, he obviously didn't intend it to be staged like a movie, but to be staged in a very theatrical or operatic or stylized way.
It's so touching and gentle and tragic and sad music. One of the most beautiful I've ever heard. Very powerful, although it's only 13 instruments, the orchestra. So yeah, he did. Thank you very much, Benjamin. You did a great job.
I always like to work with young singers. What is wonderful about them is that they come with 100% commitment. They put much more of themselves into the part. It's much fresher and much more interesting in some way.
I like very much this last scene. She's just walking through the hall, and for me it's like she is in her own world. She has already made a decision. For me it's kind of saying farewell. She dies socially, I would tell. She doesn't commit a real suicide with stabbing herself like it's written in the score. I, for me, think maybe she changed her life completely and rework her traumatic experience. Yeah, I would wish this for her.